Do I have any other options?
Children.
Yeah, I hate the children. Tyler out here just wilding. All right, let's clap. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Yeah, this is Fresh Out the Oven podcast with Sonny and Jives and Hotcoco and
that guy right there.
and NgouyZBoy. NgouyZBoy is gone.
You clap was way off.
NgouyZBoy is gone.
I'm talking to the right side this time though, so that's
You're
good.
getting it. Yo, we're starting off good.
Okay, so we've been
starting off
recording
better.
for around
The pot-
45 minutes.
Shut the
No,
fuck
listen,
up.
it was
That
about
is
30
it.
minutes.
It was like,
It was 30.
About 20 to 30 minutes.
really?
It's about 20 to 30 minutes.
Damn. Well, hey, you
But
know what?
honestly,
That's
we-
like real life editing.
Yeah,
where
there
we
you go.
lose.
Because
lost.
like, we didn't talk about a
We
lot.
didn't
so
really
it's
talk
okay.
about anything
We were-
important.
Good. Okay, now we can start.
Now we can start.
I was like, dang, we're boring. This kind of sucks. I was like, we gotta get a little more hyped up.
Yeet. All right, shout out
were-
to my boys in Houston and with the lowriders. They're all gone.
Oh god.
Oh man, they're out there in canoes. They're out there in. There's videos of them like just
What are we talking
splashing
about?
in the
Hurricane
water.
Harvey.
Hurricane
So,
Harvey.
because you didn't say anything.
Hurricane
About
Yeah,
Harvey.
1,000 people say 24 inches of rain.
it. Oh God.
Donald Trump out there.
Come on, it was a good one.
Donald Trump out there trying to sell a book while this is happening. Did you
Yo,
see that
is
tweet?
he?
Well, he like all of his tweets have just been like he hasn't said anything about like.
Hurricane Harvey.
Hurricane
You know what
Harvey.
he did? That like, what do you have to say to the
Oh, yeah,
people of
like,
Houston?
good luck.
Good
Good
luck.
luck.
I was like, fuck off.
Good,
But I mean,
good
like,
luck.
like
Good luck.
today, he
Hey,
was
everybody.
Like,
Good luck. He said good luck like 8 times.
he did.
And I was like,
Good luck.
thanks. The fuck? Are
Good
we
luck.
trying to win a medal out here?
Yeah.
A mayor
Where's
literally
the,
said.
the biggest.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the mayor?
Yeah,
That said,
te-
put your social security.
Yeah,
That was crazy, dude.
so we can identify you faster.
That's
If you
hardcore.
die. Yeah.
That's really hardcore.
And then Twitter just took it as a joke.
Well, I feel like Twitter has taken the whole thing as a joke, but
Yeah.
like, it's people from Texas making the joke, so it's like
It's okay.
it makes it a little bit more okay. It's not like people who aren't going through it.
I texted my one of my friends who lives in Houston. He says everything's chill, but I don't know. That was yesterday, and today's today. Today
Yeah.
was more rain, and then I think it's like they're gonna get 24, then another 24, then it's gonna go down a bit, and then they're gonna get a little bit more. I'm pretty sure it's like 3 or 4 days.
Damn,
of rain.
it's a lot, man.
Because like Hurricane Harvey was moving, and then it literally just said skirt, and then it just stayed right over Houston.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah, it just stopped right over Houston.
I remember seeing like there was one graph where it was like it's gonna go hit Corpus Christi, the loop around Corpus, and then go straight to Houston. Like it's gonna go like back over the water and then go straight to
The
Houston.
Revenge of
Yeah.
DJ Screw, bro.
Oh,
I was gonna clean out all the lean in the systems, dog.
I saw my lead.
map that goes everywhere.
Yeah,
green?
and then there's another one. I know you've seen it where it's like
It goes-
it looks just like it's expanding everywhere. It's like y'all just
It's like
don't know
so.
where
Yeah, it
it's
looks
going.
like you guys don't know what's happening.
Oh man, so yeah, and again, let's just jump straight. This is gonna be like an entire Trump segment because he's done it. He's done it to the point where we can just talk about him, and it won't be repetitive.
No.
Because we can just continually cycle through everything. There's a picture of like when he first signed his first executive order of whatever, I don't remember, and it's literally, it was everyone he's fired is it's just like white, and then it's like just 2 people. From his picture from the first executive order, there's only 2 people left in the picture.
Which was how many months ago?
And it's vice president, and then it's one Rex Tillerson, I think. You can't fire the vice president. That's not.
I feel like if he wanted to, he
Can
would
you
find a way.
I honestly don't know that.
I
don't think you can.
Wouldn't you think the president has the power?
'Cause you have to vote.
fire?
Yeah, no, but I feel like it would be kind of like the president. It's weird, dude. Because like the president has to be impeached and then like removed by like,
and then the
rest
vice
of the
president
government,
is
and then the
next.
vice president
So you
steps
can't
in.
fire the vice president.
So I feel like maybe you'd have to do the same thing for the vice president.
I feel
I don't
so.
think you could just be like leave. Yeah, there had to
I
be
don't
some
think you
type
can fire
of, yeah.
Pence. And we spoke about Charlottesville, And then, so the next thing that it's in order would be he fired another person, and then he fired another person, which was, thank God, the death himself, the leader of Breitbart News. I think he's working. He went back to work back at Breitbart News. I always call him Death, but everybody, I never remember his name. I just think of the Grim Reaper.
Steve Bannon.
Steve Bannon. Yeah, see, I don't know why I don't know his name. I just think.
I'll say he looks like if a scab came to life.
Yeah, he looks like a disease. He looks like the plague in human form. Yeah, he really does. Have you seen pictures where it's like his face is just like
his skin is just gross,
bloating.
He just has gross, like he has bad face. he just simply
so bad.
When your face so bad, you have bad face.
Sir, you have a case of the bad face.
It's just you have a case of scab bad face.
He does, dude. It's pretty nasty. He went back to Breitbart News. You know, Breitbart's racist. And then, thank goodness, I'm glad he's out. He's gone after Charlotte. A lot of people are still trying to knock down monuments. I don't think you should knock them down. Personally, I don't know how y'all feel, but it's like, because there's a picture where it's like a bunch of police surrounding Christopher Columbus, and someone said they're trying to protect someone who, and we all know everything bad that he did because Christopher Columbus, the story is always written by the winners because Christopher Columbus was a fucking savage who just infected everyone and killed. But like, they were trying to blame it on the cops when it's like someone else said it's just the cops doing their jobs. They're protecting private property, and I agree. Like, should he have a statue? I don't care. I don't think he should. But, like, you shouldn't tear down shit like that. Yeah. It's not anarchy out here.
It should be, like, voted.
Yeah, it should just be voted, and then they'll just take it down, and then someone else... Huh? You got pissed?
He's going to lay down.
Okay, lay down, dog. Rest.
Sleep. Go to sleep, boy.
I'm sleeping. Yeah, NgouyZBoy is not noisy today. It's just boy.
Quiet boy.
He's just boy.
He's sleepy boy.
He's sleepy boy.
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 So yeah, I don't know how y'all feel about that.
I don't know. I recently learned the reason that Christopher Columbus is like seen the way he is today as like a hero is because when Italian immigrants were coming over and were like being treated like garbage in America, they needed someone to like look to as like a hero, and because Christopher Columbus is like he's like a Spaniard, I don't know, but for some reason they're just like
I don't know where he's from.
He is Italian, but he went to Spain to get the money and charters, but I believe he's Italian.
He went from France to Spain, right?
Was it France?
His passport is full, bro.
It's full of stamps, bro.
Full of stamps.
He's been all over the place.
Bro, Gucci, Prada.
Girls from all over the world.
Hey, he getting that 16th century dome.
Yes, all the time.
It's dry as fuck. They still haven't advanced their techniques.
It's that super dry.
It's just scraping like...
Oh god, no, please. Next.
It's like filling a fleshlight with sand and jerking.
Yo, because they got dry ass lips because they don't have any kind of lip balm.
That's so great. Can you imagine using like? Don't let it get.
We totally skipped over your the whole Colorado thing because of the
I went to Colorado, guys, for a week. It was great. I went down the mountains. Back to the news.
no, but you didn't talk about your... Okay, well, never mind.
I ate some white people. I ate a white people cricket taco, and it was just as white as it can get. Like I literally ate it, and I said, "Bethany, let's slam this for Loco." Like I just could have. I could have said
put on
that.
This crop top, bitch, and slam this for
Loco.
Put
on that slutty crop top. Yeah, I could have. It was so white and not nice and didn't taste like anything, and it was $5 for a small taco on a cold tortilla. Disgusting. So,
my bad.
No, you're fine. Like it's just I don't want to talk about it no more because it's just
it brings back the flashbacks.
It's just terrible. Me gagging at a tortilla. I've never gagged eating a tortilla. Are you kidding me?
You had bad tacos, but never.
Not at one. I wanted to vomit. Yeah, it's just the feeling texture of eating a cricket is what it was. It was pretty gross. And then, so there was that, and then he had his speech at Arizona, which was wild. And I don't know if you saw it.
No, what do you say in Arizona?
So he literally like we're all used to him attacking the press, but he is now doubling down, saying, "I'm sticking with my base." Where he literally is like, I'm so tired of these people. I can't do an impression. Minnesota. If the other podcast would say it, that would make sense. Anyway,
R.I.P.
R.I.P. The podcast of 30 minutes ago. No, he literally called the media the fake news as always. But then he said they're the enemy that hate the United States. They're people who just hate us and doesn't want to see it advance. Like, he's really like treating it like McCarthy did. Should I explain McCarthy? Do you remember McCarthy?
Like, explain it to us or for listeners?
I should explain it. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, I guess
a quick little overlay.
McCarthy would like just make Americans communist, and then like they weren't communist at all. But like
he would
it
call
was
out people for
anyone that was the enemy. So it reminds me a lot because anyone who's the enemy would be considered a communist. That way they would be taken out, and that way like McCarthy had any power, continuous power to just like do it whatever he pleased. So what Trump's doing is like he's really, I don't like it because to me it's scary in the sense where his base will always, anything that is ever said bad about him will always be taken as fake news. And like it's just that. Yeah. Like the only truth is the truth that it's weird. Yeah. The only truth is that whatever Trump says. And that's just some shit that you shouldn't ever believe from anybody. Yeah. Like if someone tells me they're right all the time, I'm like, you're not. And that's just facts. You know what I mean? And I'm not doing it to bash Trump, or I'm not doing it to bash the followers, but it's like, why would you do that with anybody? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I can understand why Trump feels like he's being attacked, and I can understand that he's just like, he's doubling down on what he believes, because that's what got him there. Not being a politician, just being like, head ass. Like I'm
you're not wrong, bro.
In the most insultive and non-insultive way, because when you're head ass, like you're head ass, and you're not 100%. Being, you're 100%. You're not being moved.
Get closer so you can like be in the frame.
Yeah, get in the picture.
Get in the frame, bro. We want to see your sexy face.
Look at them jeans. He can't compare it. I'm out here in shorts. And
he should have changed his shirt so he would look better on camera.
He did change his shirt, bro. He changed it to that cotton pink.
That pink shirt.
It got a little rose on it.
Got a little rose, a little rose embroidery on it.
Like pink shirts, man.
Dang. That's hot. That's
dope, thank you. I had to keep it on.
Tyler, do you want to cover?
He said no.
So there's that, and like he I think it was a 70-minute rant.
Bro, I wouldn't.
70 minutes,
and they'd love it. That's the wildest part. It's just 70 minutes of him talking like about just ranting about how
is he still doing those rallies and stuff?
Yes, it's a rally.
Yeah, they are campaign. He's on it's a re-election campaign.
Why?
Trail. That's what they're calling them. It's like their re-election
for 4 years.
Yeah, he's literally
did his face for 4 years, and then his eyebrow popped perfectly. He's been in
office for a year, and he's already like trying to do re-election efforts and stuff like that.
He's just rallying up his base. Like it's all he's got.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be this way, but he's choosing it to be this way.
That's the only way where he's always 100% right is when he's in front of his own audience.
Facts.
You know, so it's like he needs that reassurance.
He does.
That he's doing a good job. And he only gets that when he goes to these rallies where he's where the places are
people
full of
who just love him. Yeah. They're just his fans, and he adores it. He's a celebrity, and he loves it. But it's like there's that. He's also been attacking Mitch McConnell, like, and even other Republicans. I forgot who. It was Mitch McConnell. It was I think the Republican majority leader too.
Paul
Ryan, thank you. I know him. I just don't know him. I don't
can't think of the name.
I can't. I'm not pulling. I'm not my day to day. Not my day to day.
You're good. It's been like
you know what? I am wearing shorts and not jeans, and that's what's fucking me up.
Well, he's wearing shorts too, but he's also asleep.
Yeah, he's wearing shorts, but he is
asleep.
Not here.
He is knocked out. He is dead.
So he's attacking his own people, which is terrible because if it were come to be impeached, he wouldn't have had to be removed if he had the Republican, majority side, which is the most important Republican, which is Mitch McConnell, not Paul Ryan. Don't play yourself. So it would be Mitch McConnell. Everyone knows it. That's the dude who's got the power. And you make him your enemy, it's just not a plan. It's just like the very people, the strongest person that can protect you is the person that you're attacking, which just doesn't make sense. And like, so he's doing that. He's just because he does, like, when people blame him for the repealing Obamacare, he'll always say like 7 years and you couldn't do it, Mitch McConnell. Yeah. It's like, it's all your fault, not mine, because while we were trying to push it, I forgot what he was arguing for, but it was not healthcare. He was rallying up people over something else, which I don't.
Life insurance?
No. No. Well, there was a very small awkward moment where he did debate for life insurance, the Gerber life insurance. Yeah. But like, instead of, so weird. You remember how Barack Obama, when he was trying to push Obamacare, like he went everywhere. He even did two in between two ferns with Zach, that comedian.
Oh yeah, Zach Galifianakis.
Zach Galifianakis. He did that.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
He did that.
I remember that.
He went on like on Comedy Central's Daily Show. I saw him everywhere. He did commercials. He did the Tonight Show. He did all the Tonight Shows with all the hosts. And like, when this was happening, instead of pushing it, he just kind of let it happen. Whether it happened or not, he didn't care. Everyone knows that he didn't really read it. Yeah. He didn't know much about it. But then it flops and he blames it on McConnell. So, he's doing that. And then he pardoned Joe Arpaio the next day. And that's insane, bro. Like, the way usually happens, but of course we understand that he's not part of it, is like a president will wait a year or two and then he pardons a group of people. Like Obama did that with all those potheads. And like, I don't know what Bush did. I don't remember what Bush did. That's long ago. But like, he did it with like a bunch of small time drug. It was a group of people. He did it within 7 months for one person who was the person who backed him up during his campaign trail. So it's like, it's very obvious favoritism. So if you were with Trump and you broke the law, don't worry, you're fine. Yeah. That's what it's showing. And it's just not okay. Because like, even like, again, even Republic, like, it's gotten to that point where I'm saying even Republicans, because it's not just if when I say Democrats, you just don't go, well, what about the distant? No, they're all against it. It's now Republicans, his own side, that's going, hey, bro,
I'm not feeling it anymore.
Can you stop for a sec,
chill,
bro?
Bro, chill. Bro, chill. Hey, bro, chill, bro.
He's gonna do it. Oh my god. So yeah.
Do it. Oh my god.
He pardoned a racist police officer that we've talked about before.
Yeah.
We talked about him.
That was like the second time I was on. So that was like months ago. That was quite a bit ago. We were first talking about him.
And he's a birther. He's proud to be a birther, racist. He's proud. He was the one that, like, there's on film that he's the law now. No one's protected. He's like God almost in his jail cells. He was court ordered to stop. He didn't do it. He was above the law. And then Trump said, yeah, you are. So it's offensive to everyone from Arizona. It's offensive to even Cricket Tacos. They were offended. This is the tortilla.
They were offended. Them tasteless ass tacos.
I know, they're so tasteless, but it had more sauce than that racist 60, 50-year-old sheriff.
I bet you that man has never used anything more than salt and pepper on any type of food.
That's why he's so mad.
He eats nothing but salt, pepper, and like ranch and ketchup. That's it. That's
like,
all it's in
this.
It's
like, oh, it's too hot. What is it? This is water. It's just insane.
You're like, this water's a little spicy. Is there some like salt in it or something? Oh, it's hot.
Who put lime in this water? So he did that the next day because he couldn't do it in the Arizona thing. Oh, and because if he did it, like, they told him not to do it in the Arizona rally because that would have just been at least they're separating the bombs that they're dropping. It's like, all right, we'll do this on Monday, fuck over the Arizonians on Tuesday, and then like, at least they're nice. He's supposed to come to Houston, but I don't know.
Please don't.
What?
Please don't.
I don't know what he's thinking because I know for a fact. I remember seeing that map, and that electoral college map was blue. They do not want you there. No. Neither does Corpus Christi, or I forgot where else.
Neither does any major city in Texas.
I don't think the major cities. Yeah, I don't think they like. No one wants to be united by him.
No. I remember like the big thing with the Arizona rally is when he was talking about what he said.
Yeah, he's talking about what he said, but then he didn't say it the way he said it.
What he said, he was like, here's the transcript of what I read. and he left out the part where
they're gonna turn off the cameras real quick. Yeah, you're gonna see that red light turn off real quick. Yeah, he turns around and everyone's like clapping.
like,
He's
"Oh,
like,
yeah,
"That's right,
fake
suck
news,
on my
fake
dick, yeah,
news."
suck on my dick, yes, feed my ego."
So dumb.
So like, he said the part that was read off the transcript, and then but he didn't say the part he
left out the part where he said on many sides.
On many sides, yeah.
He left out the on many sides, which was the part that pissed people off in the first place. It's like literally like everything you said
was great.
Was
that's fine. If you
right.
stopped there, it would have been good. It was
the moment
you
said on many sides, people were like,
Nani?
no, yeah, Nani? Like
Nani?
that's not
No take backs.
Yeah,
no take
and so when
backsies.
he went out and tried to repeat what he said but left out the on many sides, people were like, well, that's what we were mad about in the first place. So don't come out here and be like, I'm just going to read you exactly what I said, except for the part that pissed people off. Like that's what made everybody. Yeah.
It's very
really
sneaky,
yeah.
man.
But the people in the room didn't care because they're
They
sitting
didn't
there
care. They
sucking
love
his
him.
dick, giving
They
him reach
love
right hand job, stick a finger up the butt.
They love him. It's insane.
Trump is God.
Trump is
Did
God.
did you see the where it was Trump's like head religious advisor or whatever was going against Trump is like going against God?
That's
Did you
hilarious.
see that? That's scary, dude. That's really
terrifying.
That's horrible.
Jinx, we're both cursed in the same state. But
gonna go back and give each other hand jobs or something. What? Okay, I got you. So
I nodded my head, audio listeners. So he did that. Golly, what else did he do? Then he signed this. See, it's like
I know, it's like you said, like, what else?
And
happened?
then he signed the transgender bill, where he banned transgenders, where nobody wants that. I don't get it.
Because they spend so much.
They spend so much money. It's just another distraction.
Yeah,
it's just something else for
distraction.
everyone else to bitch at.
Yeah, it's
while
just
something else is going on.
Podcasters to talk about, but I don't really see.
It's great. It gives us
like
stuff
I
to
just
talk about.
I don't get it. I don't see why. Nobody really cares for that. Nobody wants it. No lieutenant's going like, yeah, these transgenders just they're out here doing these drags and they're looking so magnificent and they're just so
out here turned on,
so
out here
chic and
Out here being
just
queens.
they're like, golly,
queens.
so gorgeous, and I just need them to go away because my wife's gonna find out about Rebecca, and I just can't. Like, I don't get it. No one gets it. Like,
You don't get Trump though. Like that's the thing.
Dude, his chapter in history books should be, huh?
Yeah, it's just
No,
the Trump era.
Nani?
Nani? The Trump era. That's literally it.
How is it all gonna be written down? Like,
Dude, it's only-
How are they gonna pat it down to where they put it inside a history book?
It's
Like,
don't
been
know.
It's been 8 months,
8 months.
dude.
It's been a
8
wild.
It's been a crazy 8 months, man. Oh goodness.
So he signed transgender bill. What else did he do? He I don't know what else he's done. I think that's about it for this week.
Like while all this stuff's going down in Houston, he's like out trying to sell a book and like talking and just like all of his tweets today. Like he hasn't said anything about. I hope Houston's doing okay. Like everything has just been like,
Good luck.
Yeah,
Good luck. He
Yeah.
literally said good luck. I miss when we would all just laugh at
fucking
Bush
man,
dropping
dude.
his dog or something like that. I think he did that, right? George W. Bush. He dropped his dog
I
once.
have no idea.
He had his dog with him and like he fell out his lap and we was like, ha ha.
That's kind of funny.
And that's the best we had.
I know, dude. And
We're
then this is
going
what
to
we got now.
war.
We're going to war. Ha ha.
Look at the banner. It says mission accomplished. Ha ha.
Donald Trump doesn't have a pet. He's like the first
And
president
then he
to
said
not have a pet.
we're gonna go back into Iraq or something like that.
Yeah,
Something
I've seen
crazy.
him.
Yeah, I've
It
been
doesn't
seeing
matter
stuff. Yeah,
because he
back to
didn't say
Afghanistan.
anything. He just said we're gonna do it and other options and etc. Like he literally left it so open ended where we're just like, what does that mean?
You're like, what are these other options?
He said something like that. I saw the tweet.
Yeah, I
and was
remember
like,
he was talking about
huh?
going back to Afghanistan.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. But he said nothing really. He said we were gonna do it, but then he just said nothing. Then what else was there? Rex Tillerson said that he speaks for himself. Donald Trump speaks for himself. So like the White House is now separating themselves from the president. You know, there's actually, I remember the what was the dude who was in office for 10 days? See, it's getting to be so many.
Scary Moochie?
Hey, the Mooch.
The Mooch,
You know
the
he was
Mooch,
on the
the
night
Mooch.
show. He was on the nightly show. He was like on a lot of shows.
I think he did after.
He did after he got fired. He was on shows, and they would all be like, "Oh, like he just wanted to talk about like I don't really like this X person or Y person or how Trump's doing his shit. But they'll always bring it up. We have a recording of the reason why you got fired. And then they would play it and he'd just be like cringing as fuck. It says here, you told the Grim Reaper Steve Bannon to suck his own expletive word. And then he just... But I told you I liked him because he played it off really cool. Like,
how did you play it off?
I don't remember, but it was just like... All right,
He's like, hey, what can I say? He's sucking his own cock. I mean,
hey,
what are you gonna do? Hey, what are you gonna do? I don't know.
What they toss a pizza, I toss the salad. You know what I mean? You know, he's just so fucking. He was like, yeah, you got me there. You know, I don't know, but and then he would just move on. He just accept it and said, yeah, I took an L, but you know, I bounced right back. And then like, Big Sean came up, yeah, I took an L, but I bounced right back.
Oh my god,
celebrity guest.
Celebrity guest. Sean Scaramucci.
Big Sean for president 2020.
Yeah.
Did you see like Kid Rock is like thinking about running for president?
No,
like,
I thought it was like
and
a
then
senator.
Bill Rock is running for president.
Some kind of politician.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson is
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Yeah.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Is he
yeah,
really,
but like
really?
Dwayne The Rock Johnson isn't a piece of shit though.
Yeah.
I feel like that helps a little bit.
And he's won a Grammy.
Facts, bro.
It's crazy.
Does Donald Trump won a Grammy?
Donald Trump did not won a Grammy.
There you go.
And he doesn't have his own signature move. He was on WWE.
He was.
But
and WWF.
Obviously, if you ain't hitting the spear, you're not The Rock. That was his signature move, right? The spear?
I don't know. I didn't watch wrestling. I'm sorry. I didn't watch wrestling when I was younger.
Can't believe you don't like fake stuff.
But
you only listen to them fake news.
I only listen to fake news. My mom watched wrestling. I think my dad did, but like she didn't like watch it with us.
So you've never seen a WrestleMania before?
No.
I've never seen a WrestleMania because you have to pay for pay-per-view for that.
Oh god, dude, they were so fucking crazy. They were so off the wall. These steel cage bro, those are crazy, dude. I saw what's his name?
There's one where someone actually died in a WrestleMania. He came in like with pyro, like he was supposed to come in with a zip line, but then it broke and he just fell and died.
What?
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
That's crazy.
There's one where, oh, dude, I saw a whole story about a wrestler that he ended up killing his whole family. And then, like, the WWE was asking where he was, but, like, yeah, because, like, he killed his whole family.
Steel cage.
Cage match this Sunday.
Sunday.
You
can buy the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
The dinner's ready, but the family isn't.
Boom. Oh, my God.
Sunday.
I'm so horrible, dude. I'm sorry.
We're bad people.
I shouldn't add these jokes.
We're bad people.
We're family friendly, guys.
This is definitely a family friendly podcast.
Sunday. That's the title right there. Sunday. Because that's the day we record this.
Facts.
So bad.
But little do they know.
Little do they know it's about the whole death of a family.
Oh my God.
And I think he kills himself. He kills his wife, he kills his son, and then he calls up like one of his wrestling friends. He hangs up, then he kills himself. Wild.
That took a turn.
Yeah. Sunday. Well, and I know, and what's wild is that the WWE did a whole like memoriam of him before they found out that he actually killed his whole family. And they did a whole...
And then they're like, psych, sorry. We're going to take this one back.
Boot gang, whole lot of gang shit. Yeet! And they took off the episode off the air.
Oh, God.
And that's it. That's because I don't know what happened last week, but that's what happened this week. If you watch the news, it's just Sheriff Joe Arpaio was the biggest bullshit of all.
Yeah, that was pretty shitty. When did the whole, like, trial of that go down? Where, like, he was convicted of, like, being an asshole?
That was a few months ago.
A few months ago?
Yeah.
So,
and then I know they wanted to do good, like, they wanted to make school officers, like, immigration officers.
Yeah, dude, I saw that too.
That was weird, dude.
Why? That seems against the law.
Because it's just another thing to divide everyone and just get people, like, annoyed and just pissed about stuff.
There's a video of this. There's two videos. There's the first video where it's like we should use our white privilege to beat up races.
Dude.
Where it's this lady, this white lady.
Did you not see the video?
No.
Where it was like there was two girls in like an apartment complex like lobby.
Oh, and then she takes off her thing to beat her ass.
This girl,
and she was like, "I'm 2 months pregnant."
Some racist shit. Yeah.
I heard
I was
about
like,
that.
bro,
That's
fucking
crazy.
thank you. It was awesome. But yeah, they were like, use your white privilege to do stuff like this. Because you know that girl's not going to jail. She's going to be fine. If that was a black lady, she'd be in jail. Like,
real
pronto.
quick.
Like, the police would have walked in and
They still haven't arrested everyone from the march, which fucking reminds me, dude. So they haven't arrested everyone from the march. Shout out to the reporter Sean Kingston. No, is that Sean Paul? That's the rapper.
Sean Paul.
Shout out to
Sean Kingston.
Shout out to him too.
Shout out to Sean Kingston.
Shout
out to Sean
I forgot the name of this reporter I'm following who's doing great investigative work right now in the 42nd district of New York, where it's like they have like quotas. And there's actually, like, he has good, like, evidence-based, like, all the lawsuits that officers are making because they have to reach quotas, which are legal. And there's a video that just popped off of, like, a supremacist at the march where, like, he literally pulls out a gun and shoots it, and then nothing happens.
I remember watching
because I tweeted it, and then you, liked it.
Yeah, it was fucking...
I know exactly what you do, Ray.
Because I was, like, scrolling through the comments, and, like, there were people, like, kind of analyzing what happened, and they're like, he pulled the gun out, said, hey, N-word, fired the gun, safety was on. So that's why he pulled it back, cocked it, and shot at the ground. But he was pointing the gun, and he was shooting, like, he was trying to shoot into the crowd. And then he was like, I probably shouldn't do this. So that's when he took safety off, and then shot
it. It really wasn't aiming at the ground.
Aiming
at the ground was like aiming at your feet.
It was aiming at their knees, but to the left.
Yeah.
Like, he easily could have shot someone. And he was, like, planning on shooting someone.
So he was planning on shooting someone.
He was planning on shooting someone.
Yeah, because there was that... It was very awkward, because when he pulled out the gun, and I'm like, why did he pause? You know what I mean? That was weird.
Paused because the safety was on.
Was he just trying to threaten him, and then he shot? That was weird. So that makes a lot of sense that the safety was on.
It was, like, his instinct, and then he realized, okay, well, the safety's on. And then I also probably just shouldn't shoot someone in the head, like, in front of everyone, and then shot the ground. But it's just like, yeah, people can just bring guns and just do stuff like that anywhere.
Yeah, and they were talking about, the reporter was saying that essentially that they're not going to arrest the people until they tell them who the people are. So, like, they're doing, like, Twitter campaigns to figure out who this person is, and they'll have a picture. And they've arrested 2 people already.
Yeah.
But there's still 5 more.
2 people.
You know what I mean?
I think one of them was, like, a counter protester who, like, got the shit beat out of him and didn't do anything. The people who beat him up didn't get anything, but the guy who got beat up got arrested.
Yeah, they found him pretty quick.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Or the girl who knocked down that the statue, they arrested her the day after, but not these people who are beating the shit out of people live on that HD fucking iPhone 7 quality. That should be the commercial for iPhone 7.
Beating
people up, and you're like, look at how clear that
this
shit
quality
is. You can get that on the brand new iPhone 8 Plus.
They were telling me that the statues were falling because they're actually cheap. They actually were mass produced.
Yeah.
Did you tell me that?
I saw a video of it.
Okay, well, like, they're mass produced in the sense that they were just being sold to the Confederate South, like, just selling them. So it really doesn't even have to do anything to do with history. Like, it's just mass produced capitalism. It said, I know you want this, you racist fucks, and they're like, yeah, we do. They just kind of kicked, like,
I remember hearing, like, I was listening to another podcast, and they were talking about it, and they're like,
you're listening to other people?
I'm so sorry, I was listening to another podcast. I'll just go ahead and remove
just start
my mic
running up on just jump across the fucking... Nah, dude, I listen to a shitload of podcasts. I fucking love podcasts.
But yeah, and they were talking about how, like, when they built the statues, it was like during, like, I think they said it was like during, like, the Jim Crow law era, where it was like,
facts,
we're putting these here to let you know what your place is.
Yeah.
We're not gonna say it, but this is a reminder of where we think you should be in society, and where we feel like we are in society. And so when people pull the it's for history,
it's not.
No, it's not. No,
it's not for history.
I mean, like, you and also, like, because I think it was the same podcast. It's like the Confederate flag was like the battle flag that they flew exclusively when they were fighting the United States of America.
Yeah.
So you, like, again, like, you can't fly an American flag and a Confederate battle flag and call yourself an American and call yourself a patriot. Like, those two don't mix. They were literally opposing each other. And so it's like, yeah, I just feel like you just can't claim a Confederate flag and claim to be a patriot and claim that these statues have...
See, we shouldn't make logical arguments for Nazis, though.
You're not wrong. You're not
like,
wrong.
I'm getting tired of this. Like, well, if we look at it's like, no, just Nazis are bad. Oh yeah, you're right, they're bad.
It should just be as simple as that. It should be as simple as Nazis are bad. You should say Nazis are bad and be done with it. But again, dude, sometimes with people, it's
we
not
have to
easy.
make that argument. We have to fight for it.
It's crazy that Nazi propaganda is strictly illegal in Germany, but stuff like the whole...
Shout out to Spotify. Spotify knocking down all these the white
supremacy.
The white supremacy
Like
playlist.
that. Yeah.
Summer playlist. Oh my gosh.
Summer playlist 2017.
Yeah. So yeah,
It's like
I didn't even
black people.
I didn't know that shit was on Spotify.
I mean, you can put anything on Spotify.
It surprises me. Yeah, it's a landfill.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised that music was on there. They're also like shutting down all the websites. I don't know if I feel like I talked about it last time though.
No.
I didn't. Oh, so like,
so no, you didn't.
So there's different websites that are, white supremacists / Nazis, and it's like a lot of times people didn't shut it down because censorship is a very fine balance, because if you can censor it, who's to decide what should be censored? You know what I mean? It's a very fine balance, and it's like the whole point of the law. So you don't have one person who decides the power of what is moral or not. So people have always not wanted to ban, but have been very like with these white nationalists or white supremacists or just Nazi groups. I'll just call them Nazis because that's what they are to me. So the Nazi groups, because like there's one website that made fun of the girl who got run over and died and said she deserved it because she was a communist. But like I think people just said, oh, okay, enough's enough, and they cut them off their first server. They jumped onto GoDaddy. They got cut off GoDaddy. They jumped into Google. They got cut off Google. Like it doesn't matter where they went. They just kept getting shut down. Same thing with Spotify music playlist, where it was like a bunch of like this hate Nazi bands. Where I think one of them was like Blood Will Run or something like that. Yeah, that got cut off, and it just kept running through.
It's lucky like the name for like a great like Norwegian metal band.
Yeah.
Blood Will Run, bro. That'd be dope as hell. I'd listen to a band like that.
It's a cool name.
So the name is cool if they weren't like racist.
But it's about
that's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. I'm like that's where
it's like you're walking by and you just see the title Blood Would Run. It's like, oh, that's a cool band, and then you look, it's like Indigenous Blood Will Run. You're like,
you're like, nope, no, thank you. It's just like you look up at the album art and it's just like they're burning across. They're in white hoods and you're like, I'll pass. I'm good. I'll pass.
I mean, I know metal rock is supposed to be like offensive, but that's just not offensive. That's just rude.
Speaking of music, X's new album came out.
Yeah, go ahead, talk about it. I haven't heard the whole thing.
Oh, you haven't heard the whole thing?
17.
I've heard it like 17. It's really good. I've heard it like 4 times probably already.
Okay.
It just came out yesterday.
I've been listening
really
to
good.
Do you think at the 17th time you listen to 17, you go to Nirvana?
My brain might explode.
Yeah.
And it'll all click, and I'll ascend.
Surprisingly, it was a really good album. It was very intimate, very soft spoken.
Yeah.
And really good. It was a good listen to.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a very easy listen. It's a very like you can just throw it on in the background and just like listen to it like that, or you can like really focus on it and like get into it, but it doesn't feel like you're having to like
force yourself.
you don't have to force
really
yourself
hear
or
an
like dig
album.
into anything. Yeah. You can just like listen to it and it's very easy. And it's just,
he's the first artist that I really heard talk straight up about like depression and obsession and stuff like that, which is a song.
Yeah, I was like, that's a song, depression,
like
obsession.
Being obsessed with something and the whole suicide that happened. He openly talked about suicide also.
Kendrick
It's crazy,
Lamar,
dude.
Pimp a Butterfly.
But I mean, like, I wouldn't say he's the only one.
Did you not listen to Kendrick Lamar, Pimp a Butterfly? Did you not listen to Eminem? Bro, I'm bashing you. I don't mean to bash you, but I'm just like, Eminem, bro. Oh my god, bro.
Okay, anyway, I'm saying right now, then, bro. Right now.
I feel like, well, because one, he's like a different style.
Soldier Boy.
You
want to kill yourself?
Depression.
No, I just feel like it might be because he's like a different style. He was kind of like that screaming, screaming rap. And so it was just kind of like, oh, like this is so different, and that, I feel like that might be why you kind of see it like that. But like,
probably
no, dude. Like in other like types of music and stuff like that, it's like I listen to a lot of like metal and like rock and stuff like that. That's all it is, all in stuff like that.
It was just really good.
White people be making the greatest depressed music.
It's good.
Let's not.
I feel like that might be why I like X and like Suicide Boys and stuff like that, because it's like the same kind of concepts and like themes
bleeding
of,
into hip hop, which is used to be like gangster.
Yeah.
If you're not gangster,
and it's like I feel like I can like
guns,
it's like I can relate to that more than I got bitches and all this money, and I'm like,
because I don't.
Yeah, I can't really relate to that.
I can pretend, but they're just
It's ain't it the same.
Facts.
Shout
out to white people, bro. I wish white people could go back to their prime. They're just pop, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be offensive like that, but it's like, damn, bro, white people used to make good Nirvana, bro. Like,
oh yeah, dude, it's crazy. The Beatles.
Okay, computer. The Beatles. Ooh, back. Ooh.
It was much different time.
Yeah, I feel like everyone just wants to do EDM now for the money, but they just.
I feel like that's like the rise in pop music right now is that EDM style, which sometimes it's okay, but I feel like there's some artists who it's like their voice doesn't fit. Like I remember,
I just don't see old people listening to EDM going, yeah, that's my shit. You know what I mean? I feel like they just wouldn't. It's just because you're drugged out, really.
8 years old.
You gotta use ecstasy when you're EDM. Yeah, drugged out using ecstasy.
Oh yeah, true.
Molly.
Pop a Molly.
I never understood why rappers rapped about Molly. Of all the drugs.
What even is Molly?
Molly is just like ecstasy, but it's a mix of shit. It's a mix of drugs. That shit got you sweating.
I'm not into drugs.
And I've never done it, but like, it's a stupid drug to take to be a hard gangster. You know, really? Fuck yo, I got my pistols, about to do this drug deal, but let me pop this Molly real quick and touch on myself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what? Why would
just feel up on myself?
I feel great, God, dude, that's not a brick. Come on, bro. I know how much a brick is. Let me touch your nipples.
Let me touch your let me touch your nipples.
But yeah, okay. X was cool. Yeah. I heard. I didn't speak because I didn't hear the whole thing, but I heard some, and it felt like that indie rock rap, which was cool. It's like 21 Pilots, except I like him better than 21 Pilots. How about that?
I love 21 Pilots.
I like 21 Pilots a lot.
I like their first album.
Same. Yeah, I didn't like their newest album.
I mean, that's just a consensus.
It was too new, or not new. What's the word?
It was too sellout.
Yeah, it was too sellout for me.
When I saw the picture for the promos, I'm like, oh shit.
Because I felt like, because 21 Pilots was also so big about like they were like he's like, hey, I'm like depressed, but I'm gonna like be true to myself and like write songs about this and be about this. And then they just completely scrapped that for the new album. And it was just like, we want to be like popping on the radio and like we want people to listen to us. And I felt like they just kind of like disconnected from their old fans because like their old fans were like, oh, I feel the same way too, and you make me feel better because of it. Like we can connect about that and like have a place where it's like it doesn't matter.
Facts.
And then you came out and you put this new album and it was just like, that doesn't matter anymore. Now we're here because it makes money and it's popular.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what kind of why I didn't really like their newest album. It's just weird to me.
It's okay.
How do you feel, Tyler? I like that, Tyler. How do you feel?
That was great input, Tyler. Really, we couldn't have done better. I couldn't have said it better myself. Slump God, Ski Mask.
Catch Me Outside, bro. That's a good song.
That's a really good song. It's so catchy.
Blues
His
Clues.
ad-libs are fucking crazy.
They're so good. It's so good. It's so good.
Oh, he woke up from that. Oh, triggered.
He's trying to get that Krispy Kreme.
Better yet, bro, Krispy Kreme and Froggy Fresh.
Bro. Oh my gosh. Let me cut off your mic. I'm done with
water
your
burger
ass.
real quick.
It'd be nice if you had water.
Do you have any water?
The main thing for life.
I don't have water.
Do you know the main thing for life?
I got your beers, bro.
Bro, you're 70% water. Just like biting.
You know that main thing for the main supply to living.
I got some Heineken from what Antonio brought
some Heineken from last night.
There's some water in that.
I think it has some water in it.
Just a bit.
I got liquor.
Yeah, he can't handle that. Don't do that to him. Don't do that to him.
This poor man.
This poor man is tired.
I'll spit in your mouth real quick.
What?
Gross.
He's opening it.
Yo, this is live.
He took out his tongue.
That's really gross. Bro, you thirsty? I'll spit in your mouth for you.
The derailment of this podcast. I'm about done. That's all I needed to say.
Yeah.
Fuck everything that's been going on lately.
Fuck.
Fuck.
We didn't talk about.
Oh yeah, fucking.
Oh yeah, but we missed the McGregor. That was in the other.
Oh, did we not
recording.
talk about? Oh yeah, that was another one. So
recording.
McGregor was saying
Bro.
fuck, but in that accent all the time.
Fuck.
Bro, I don't know what he was saying. Either he got punched so much that I didn't
that's just how he
understand him,
talks,
or that's
dude.
just how he talks.
His accent
I
is
saw
weird.
his interviews, dude. That's how he talks.
Fuck.
I mean,
Bro, every time we got
Irish?
punched,
He's Irish.
every time we got punched, we were like, fuck, fuck. Oh, garbage fighting. World star fight. He did good.
A lot better than what I expected.
Facts.
Yes, but he just got so tired.
But then he wasn't a
outcome was the
boxer.
same. Yeah, he wasn't a boxer.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
they're like what, 3 to 5 rounds?
He point wise, he was doing fine because he's also one of the world's best MMA fighters.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, he was playing a defensive fighter. A fighter that's not known for knockouts. Mm-hmm. A fighter that's known just to last rounds. A fighter that's known to be...
Tire you out,
and also just not fight in general. Like, let's just be honest. He just doesn't fight. We all remember Pacquiao. He just runs around the ring and you chase and then you get tired and then you lose. So he was fighting someone that's like... It was difficult. It was a weird matchup. He kept punching him on the back of the head.
Yeah,
that was stupid. I was so annoyed. Like we all looked around like, really, nigga? Like, really? Like, what is going on? And the ref was embarrassing, like we said. I swear to God, he was paid. Are you kidding me? Not a single penalty. Did he even? I don't think
that was a good thing for McGregor.
He would have lost even more. No, I'm saying he was paid to be on McGregor's side. At the beginning of the fight, bro, he was so like,
I thought you were
throwing fucking heavy shade. All right, now this is a boxing match, and we're gonna fight it like boxers. Let me go through the rules of boxing for you, McGregor. And like, he just did this whole fucking spiel about everything that he should be doing, and then he just looked at Floyd. He's like, yeah, you know what's up, brother.
He's like, you know what you're doing.
You know what you're doing. You're
you
good.
won 50 matches already.
You won
49
matches. I think you understand the rules.
You're good.
So he was slump. He was the slump god. He himself was a slump god, bro. He would just like. Was it weird that he had no defense? Because it looked.
McGregor?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
He looked like he looked like he really wanted Floyd to go at him, and he would hit him with a counter. That's what I thought he was doing, because I just didn't. He was very fist open. He was just like,
because he also has a longer reach than Mayweather. So by having
he's bigger, right?
He's big, bro.
Yeah.
He's really big.
I mean, Mayweather's also kind of small.
No, he's a smaller. Yeah. He's a
smaller guy, and then McGregor is a bigger guy.
So even since he had his arms like that, it would have been a hard reach.
It's hard for him to reach.
Because I feel like his counters are really good. That was the first fight I've ever watched in my entire life, so I have no idea what I'm talking about.
You're fine.
But like, I heard the word counter, and I saw that
McGregor was weaving a lot of the punches.
Yeah.
He was.
Until that last round, baby. Until that last round, bro. Someone served him up a bowl of punches, nigga. Dang,
he was saved on the 9th one, but he couldn't keep going after the start of the 10th one, and that's when he just kind of gave up. He wasn't putting his hands up.
He couldn't keep his hands up. He couldn't hold his hands up.
He was just like plop.
He was
plop,
exhausted.
Plop,
like he could
plop,
see it.
Plop.
I think he got hit with
six or seven.
Right?
6 or 7
I don't remember.
in a row.
It was crazy.
It was really bad.
And then like the dude was like, maybe he was. So they're interviewing McGregor, and then he's like, well, why did you think they stopped? Do you feel like you couldn't have gone on? And then it's like, like I forgot what he said. He's just like, And like, wait, no, he said, do you feel like, he said, no, I could have kept fighting. He shouldn't have stopped the match, right? Mm-hmm. And then it's like, well, maybe he was trying to save you. Yeah, and he was like,
and he goes,
that was so funny.
Maybe he's trying to save you.
Yeah, it was so funny. Yo, but at the end of the match, like, I like how they both went up together, and then so I was like, bro, we're rich now. Like, it doesn't matter.
Bro, they each
brunch
had
on Tuesday?
nine digit salary.
They both got a 9 from one fight.
One fight.
That was, what, 30 minutes?
Yeah.
30 minutes.
Fuck training, bro. What do you need?
$30 million.
It was more than that. I'm pretty sure with the
It was
fact that pay-per-view crashed.
That was true. Well, so Mayweather made $300 million.
Oh.
I thought McGregor made 30.
I think he was guaranteed 30, but he got
he should have gotten more.
A 9-digit salary.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Thanks for paying my education for my daughter.
Like literally,
because we were talking about like
that
if
could
we hit it. It was me and Tyler. We were talking about like if we hit it rich, like
that's bigger than a lottery.
Yeah, that's bigger than the lottery.
The lottery.
You could pay
over,
off, like,
over again.
Yeah.
Pay for
You'd
like
have to
3-4-year books or something like that.
Yeah, dude. It was wait, what?
I was like, you pay for like 3-4-year books or something like that.
3-4 student loans.
Yeah,
more. $1 million?
It was a joke.
Oh,
it was a
okay.
joke. I was saying
how
books
expensive
are really
it is.
expensive.
Oh, you pay for 3 student books.
I said you
Okay.
could buy like 3 books with
Oh,
$30
yeah,
million.
facts. You can get
I'm
me,
sorry.
like- I didn't. I thought you meant student loans. I'm like, that's more than a student loan.
Joke flop. Tyler laughed. Or Tyler?
Tyler had a giggle.
Thanks, Tyler.
He's also. Tyler, I love you, dude.
God, dude.
Blue's Clues.
So we're gonna put Max. You put it on speakerphone. Get Max on the podcast.
Yeah, let me call him quick. What's up? I'm doing the podcast right now. What's up?
Oh, he's in trouble.
Oh, you in trouble?
Ooh.
Hello? Hey, ¿qué pasó?
Maybe we're too loud.
He's talking to his mom right now.
I'm in the podcast right now.
He's in the podcast. He's not
He's
on the
in it.
podcast.
He's
He's
in
in
it.
it. He's literally surfing.
I'm
He's knuckle
in
deep
my
in the
room.
podcast
Why? What's
right
up? ¿Qué pasó?
He's elbow deep in the podcast right now.
He's elbowed.
That sounds kind of more.
Oh, sorry. I was doing the podcast. I'm at the house. I'm in my room.
There's a lot of flies.
Yeah, look where the fly come from.
No, todavía están aquí.
This will be edited out. I'll cut it out, I guess.
Bye.
Hey, man, don't be disrespectful to your mom. I'd slap the shit out of you through the
Bye.
phone.
Bro, you
He'd be like,
kiss him through the phone?
Yo, kiss me through the
kiss
phone.
me through the phone. I'm gonna slap you
Kiss
through
me
the phone.
Ready? Clap start. 3, 2, 1. All right,
Oh,
because
sorry,
we're
I
just.
ruined that.
Oh,
You
that's fine.
clap.
Clap start.
You
Clap
clap
start. 3, 2, 1. We're just doing it so like
We can
we're
cut
just
that bit
edit
out.
out for him. So we, I don't want you to be embarrassed in your fans.
You're talking to your mom all rude.
talking to all your mom.
Because your mom was
My-
like,
my
because your mom
zero
called him
fans.
was like, honey, do you want me to stitch your last name or first name in the back of your underwear?
Hey, it's actually inside my underwear, bitch.
We gonna get McDonald's?
Stop touching my foot.
Bro, I'm gonna run up on top.
Stop
of
touching my foot.
You trying to get some Whataburger?
I'm kind of thinking about McDonald's. I don't know. Man.
Why the fuck you want McDonald's?
Yo,
Yo,
Dude.
McFlurry?
Dude,
It's
I
not
ate
that good. Like, eat food, dude. I think you
Eat
need
real food.
food.
I ate that McDonald's yesterday and I wanted to die.
Let's
I
end the
felt
podcast
horrible.
here. I think we got what we needed, and we can go get Tyler some food. A short little, quick little, fresh out the oven podcast. We're just trying to get our schedule straight because our boys are working again.
Going back
Because
to
they're
school.
going to school.
They're
Going
back to school, putting in that work.
Education.
First, sponsored by books. Give me all of your money. Let me speak this real quick. And I talked about it to Robert, but I'm going to talk to y'all really quick about it. So at North Garland, everyone got an iPad. And I was a bit mad about that because I'm like, that's the stupidest waste of money. And I was like, oh, wait. But maybe what they did is on the iPads, you know how we all pay for our books online? Maybe they got all the books online and you can have all the books on the iPad. I'm like, wow, our system is so great.
Oh, instead of doing
Yeah,
all
wouldn't that
whole
be,
going down, getting
Carrying
books and
just carrying 3 school
Yeah.
books was a hassle.
It was horrible. Carrying one book was a hassle,
oh my
dude.
god! And you didn't even use most of
No,
it.
you never used it.
Only in math class.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, our system has gotten so much better since. No, it hasn't. They have iPads and then they still have to carry the books, which just seems dumb.
Ugh.
I think because my siblings they're at North Garland right now, and they both have iPads, and I think there are certain they do their homework is what it is instead of giving them because they want to go like paperless.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of giving them assignments like on paper, everything's like on Google Drive, and they go. And it's just it's like so they can't have the excuse of like, oh, I don't have a computer, I can't do my homework. It's like here's a
The library, the school library,
I
has
know,
computers.
but it's like we got all this money, we got to blow it somehow instead of like
Yeah.
renovating
I don't
the
have
schools or
internet
something.
in my house.
Yeah.
Here's an iPad.
Well, they're saying they're just like
Does it
here's
have
an-
data?
No, they're like here's an iPad. If you don't have internet, you can go to the library.
Okay, yeah.
That's kind of like, but it's like we're gonna help you get there. Here's an iPad. It'll have some books on it, but mainly it's so they
Okay.
can go paperless with the homework.
Okay, that's fine. I like that. But still,
I got you.
A
Inside
lot
scoop,
of
bro.
guap.
I got you.
you didn't need to get an iPad for that.
Well, probably not, but
You can get something much cheaper, but maybe they bought it in bulk. I don't know. You could have gotten much cheaper Androids.
yeah.
Bro, this fly is
And it came out of
annoying.
nowhere, literally about 5 minutes. It was like a minute ago, and it was just like came over there. And I was like, okay, it was just flying through the whole freaking room.
And our schools are divided racially. Anyways, that's the
That's the end of the Fresh Out the Oven podcast. Our schools are divided racially.
South Dallas is
Save
surrounded with barbed wire. And that'll be the end of the podcast. Sonny.
Jives.
This is Hotcoco.
Known as.
Dude, I turned off his mic. I forgot. Anyways,
really?
thanks for having me.
Sleepy 2
Y'all have
Thanks
a
for
great
listening.
night. We
You guys
out.
have a good day.
Peace.
Bye.